Lumon is listening. We are back with Severance. I'm sorry. I believe that Helena is in the group. I don't think that's Helly. I don't think that's our girl. I think that's an Audi Helena that's there and is trying to spy. Because here's my pitch. I feel like after Helly, did her whole thing, her whole speech inside the gala, inside Egan, that whole thing, that was the biggest one of all. She was in the belly of the beast. So she wakes up as Helena and she's like, what just happened? What happened? What just went down? And so it's this whole thing, and Egan is there. Everybody's there. They're like, we can't have this. We can't do this. This is, of course, like terrible for our PR. So we need to fix this quickly. And she was already in there doing undercover. Why would she send her innie self again in there to continue doing the same thing? Like they just started an uprising. So the ploy, I think, is for her to go in there, spy on them, see what they're doing. Because again, like Mark rightfully said, they don't know what went down. They don't know what happened during the overtime contingency. I mean, Lumon. So right now, what they need to do is figure out what is going on with the macro uprising people, the four of them. Like we need to look closely at them because clearly they were able to do so much underneath our noses. So I think the best play here is to send Helena in, act like she's one of them, be all and secretly she's getting all the information she needs to really get hold them down. So of course we have to figure out what's going on with Miss Casey. I think she's connected to Miss Wong somehow. I don't ask me why. What if she had a baby, or she was pregnant at the point of her death, and then she had a child in there? How about the other three workers in the macrodad that were transferred and now disappeared all of a sudden? I don't think that's the last time we'll see them. I think there was something with Mark W. when he was with the ball and he was talking and he said something about Gwendolyn Y. we worked with, and she looked so sketchy. She was like, "Don't mention my name." I was like, "What are you so scared of? Let's have that conversation." And also, we realized the ball was never passed to the girl and the other guy. And also, why would she be called Gwendolyn Y? There was another Gwendolyn in there. There's so much going on. You know me, mysteries. You will not get them past me. I will uncover them this season because last season they tried it with me with all the twists and turns, and now I'm gonna be one step ahead. I'm probably so out of left field with this. But honestly, we need to see what's going on the outside. I think the outside has all the secrets we need. I think we need to know what's happening with Devin after, Mark had his whole thing. What is she doing? How is she interpreting what he told her? I know Devin is very sharp. Like last episode, we saw how sharp she was with helping Mark or figuring out what's going on. So I think she'll be a real key player here on the outside. There's so much going on outside. So I need an Audi episode. I think they teased us with that last episode, and I think we really need that. As always, if you like watch alongs and the Alexis content, will be on the Patreon, so please join the Patreon and support if you can. It's greatly appreciated. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, engage with the video. It really does help the channel. Thank you. And with that, let's go ahead and watch Severance. Also, where is Mrs. Kobo? We know she's there. We know she's out there. She's built a second shrine.
No. We're miserable.
This is the Audi episode.
They torture us down there.
This is the Audi episode.
She's alive!
Yes, this is the Audi episode.
Okay.
Yo, I need this.
It's okay.
I need this.
So this is
Oh,
you now?
it's gonna be so confused.
Yeah.
This is you now? Devin, I told you she's very, very quick.
What's my name?
Persephone.
Can you spell that?
Never.
Stop it right now. Also, better give me that opening theme this episode. Give me that opening theme so I can live my life. I want to live my life. I'm excited. We're back in again. Or is this the gala? This is the gala. Yo, here is where the secrets and lying and deception are going to occur. They're going to be so discombobulated. They're like, are you kidding me? What did you just say right now? Look at him. Deceptor in chief. No. No. Is he gonna be mad at her? Get you. Get it together. We have a
Fetid moppet.
Father?
It's like, I built this company from the ground up. No, he didn't. You inherited it, sir. So you better keep yourself in check. Okay.
I need to find out who they talk to. Promptly.
My God. And that's Dylan, right after he was tackled. This is kind of wild. Is this the top floor though? You know they said the top floor and then the bottom floor. This is the top floor, which is very interesting from that video. They said my top floor workers and then the basement level. This is where he was sent home and he's confused. So he was sent home. I guess some time passed. I'm so confused.
I need you to go see all of them. Find out every word they said and who they said it to.
And shall I fire them?
Let Kier guide your hand.
Of course.
Let Kier guide your hand. Find out everything. I told you, Lumon is listening. That's the mission. She is mad. She's so angry because it's like for anyone to do it is for her. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's your company and you're saying this stuff is not good. It's like imagine any company in the world, any big company, and one of their staff is whistleblowing, but like one of the owners. Kobo. That's Kobo. That's Kobo. That's Kobo. I have a lot of questions for her.
Please. Sit. Natalie is already doing outreach to media, and the Severance employees who were involved are being dealt with.
And there's you. Let's have that conversation. Look at him over there.
You saved us from disaster.
Will Mr. Egan be joining?
Just me.
Girl, the sycophancy,
It cost me
dearly. Of course. I destroyed my shrine to Egan. That's what does the dearly. Out of town.
Which is why we'd like to ask you back.
In what role? She's screaming now in her mind. She's like, she's like,
An apology is warranted.
girl, bye, Miss Kobo.
I apologize.
It's so wild to see Helena like
My
this.
father apologizes.
She's like, I wanted to hear from him.
Apologizes. We've treated you poorly.
That's gonna change. She is frothing at the mouth. Do you understand? She is frothing at the mouth internally.
Welcome your contrition.
I'm so glad.
I recommend we start by scouring the feed and
We have something else in mind.
I told you, they're relocating her somewhere or
We'd like to offer you a promotion.
head office.
Severance Advisory Council.
Head office behavior. How do you feel about that, Kobo?
I never heard of such a thing.
It's a brand new initiative. You'd be spearheading its formation.
Brand new initiative. Get out of town with that. We just made this position for you. No.
I should be running the severed floor.
She wants to be there. That she loves that job.
Mr. Milchick has been promoted to floor manager.
She's like, what? Oh, she's seething. She's gonna key his car. Watch.
You fear me.
Oh, Milchick. We've never really seen him apart from
fear
in
no
Dylan's
one.
house. Yeah, of course, he's badass on the outside.
And if we didn't hold you in such high esteem, we wouldn't be making this generous offer.
The lies and deceptions. You know she hates her guts, but she's just pretending.
I'll put some thought to it.
It's like, of course we don't like Miss Kobo, but I feel like we don't like Lumon more. I'm kind of like on Miss Kobo's side before Lumon. You know what I mean? Even though she's literally the worst. But yo. Also, motorbikes, like the noise pollution. Let's have that conversation.
Earlier this evening at an event, we made the poor decision to consume alcohol while on a non-lumen medication,
Oh God.
which caused me to say some deeply regrettable things.
She's on the apology tour.
Apologies for the. We just need to know if anything of note occurred.
Why don't you tell me what's going on, Mr. Milcher?
He's lying.
I've been reminded just how seriously my family's company affects the lives of real people around the world.
Girl, take your Oscar.
You're firing me.
Wait, as such, I'm afraid we've no choice.
To let you go.
What am I supposed to tell my wife?
This was a joke. And a lie.
So they fired them for real, and this was how they reacted.
I'm committed to this company with every part of me.
The juxtaposition with her just like spewing out just vitriol.
And just like you.
Who's watching this? Is it her? Give us a theme, give us a theme, give us a theme. Yes! I love this theme so much. I thought it was so inventive. Is it different? It's different. Oh my god, like this, like his head is floating like a balloon.
I'll let you know if we do another reading.
Please do.
Is that Miss Casey inside his head? Yo, it's even more eerie than last time. Good job to the makers of the opening sequence and the music. It's so good.
So you said she's alive?
If I may, I really did feel it was clear you were referencing the baby. Patton had just saved her.
Well, he found her, yeah.
Rickon, just be quiet. He's so annoying.
No, yeah, I agree. I think Rickon is right.
I agree.
When has Rickon ever been right? Send him out of the kitchen. Let's talk.
You find this picture, which obviously is of interest to you, and then when Patton found Eleanor, you still had it with you.
Who else are we talking about?
Eleanor was in the study because...
Because Mrs. Selvig left her.
Oh, God. I need him to figure this out. That's why I'm like...
Why are you being a dick to me? I'm trying to help you.
I'm just trying to get...
That's Seth. That's Seth Milchick. He's here too.
I imagine you have a few questions.
Oh, you could say that.
May I sit with you?
I can't with the lies.
You must be Devin.
He's like, we're watching you. Mr. Milchick with his smile. I mean, their helmet is so good.
Magnificent helmet.
Yes. Tell them, Rickon.
Yeah, you never told me about this.
OTC disclosure can be found in your start paperwork. Any mark was here.
I know, I talked to him.
I don't know if should have said that, Devin.
If I tell you, are you going to punish him for it?
We have no
God.
punishments at Lumon.
Uh-huh.
We're more concerned about how you're doing, Mr. Scout.
Yeah, so concerned.
Just wondering how common it is for your managers to commit lactation fraud against their employees' families.
Let's talk about that. Infiltration. Lactation fraud is wild.
She lives next door to me.
Her behavior at Lumon seems to be the source of your innie's distress.
Here we go. Pin it all on
You will never
Kobo.
descend to that floor again, nor bedevil you out here. You've my word.
We're gonna take her house. She's still there.
Is there anything you can tell me?
Don't help these people, Mark.
We've just said all there is to say.
Bye. Case closed.
Okay.
You can see
Of
yourself
course.
out.
I'll circle back.
Circle back. Circle into this fist.
What your innie did tonight was completely unauthorized. It was also very brave. I'd hate to reward his courage with non-existence.
You want him to come back to work. Non-existence. You hate to reward his courage with non-existence. I mean, listen to that. It's so wild, though. They go fire everybody else, and then they come to Mark looking for answers and keep him there. Of course, because of the Miss Coble complication, because she was there. It's a little bit more, it's a little bit trickier. Whereas they can just blame all these ones on... He's a very interesting character, Irv. Because, again, he woke up at Bert Goodman's house. And he didn't say anything about it, of course. She's watching everything. Oh, she's watching him go back to work. This is when that happened, when he broke into the boardroom thing. That's when they changed course. That's when they decided to do this play. I can't wait to find out about that. Yo, she's still there. That's Miss Selvig. Or Miss Coble. I don't know which one is the lie. Is he going to knock at her door? Mark, you're really trying it today.
Made argument over car wash coupon.
This when they kissed. This when they kissed. She knows she can get to him because he likes her. The subterfuge. The games. And then they put that in the video. They're like, oh, can fall in love. The games they play. That changes things. Again, the opportunity to just go in there as yourself. You want that. Exactly. Exactly. That looks like a scary figure. That's Mark, right? He looks scary there in the window. Mark Audi really needs to talk to Innie. Like, they need to talk. I feel like they would have such a good conversation.
Oh, well, a young man.
I was like, who is that? We haven't seen a lot of Dylan on the outside. Again, I think he's going to be very pivotal this season to learn more about Audi Dylan.
You are so awesome. Smile.
Is this like a job application?
May I ask about benefits?
There's a coffee maker.
I meant healthcare benefits.
Insurance?
If you could be any kind of tour, what would it be?
One that closes properly?
Pocket.
Interesting. Tell me more.
What is this interview?
You like kickball?
It's a cool shot though. They were both with glasses and their suits.
I was a Severed employee, so.
You're a Severed.
But, you know, it's just me here, and
He doesn't like that.
Well, Mr. George, thanks for coming in.
Oh, wow.
We'll
Just like
consider
that.
your application thoroughly.
that's it? Just because I'm severed?
Yo.
That's discrimination.
We need a certain kind of person here, Mr. George, not a certain kind of two people. You want to circumcise your brain, that's your business. But it doesn't mean I have to hire you. I think it's abhorrent.
Oh. So basically, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to tell people that. I think that it's polarizing, clearly. Just say you worked at Lumon and that's it. That's all you can say.
I was just thinking maybe there was a way we could confirm what your any meant.
How?
I'm quitting.
He wanted to quit. And they said he wanted to come back so bad. But we don't know yet.
But don't you think that was strange last night? I mean, like, why was he so curious?
You remember I identified her. I saw her body.
Yeah.
He saw the body.
You're not the only one her death affected.
Oh, really? It affected you?
Yes.
Did you have to tell her parents? If Rickon died and his body burned, I'd be sad, but I wouldn't be affected.
Oh, God.
I just want to be sure.
I am sure.
I mean, you can't tell her that she's not going to be affected. She's her sister-in-law, and also she cares about you and what happens to you, how it crushed you. It did affect her, but obviously he's acting out, and rightfully so. It was a really hard time for him, and clearly still. That's why he doesn't want to delve into it too. Like he doesn't want to open that wound for no reason. A wound that's still festering. Yo, we have to keep an eye on him. He is sniveling. He's a snake. Listening to everything. He's giving me Miss Kobo season 1 now, just like putting yourself in random places. It's very covert, black ops, do whatever you can. I told you the Audi story is juicy. I told you that this is where it is. Oh my God. Last season, the Audis were boring. This season, they're like, oh, hold my drink. Who's this now? It's the same guy again. It's 100% that guy. I can't even see anything. What? Why is Bart following him? Why is Bart following Irving? Because he came to his house? We don't know how that ended. We don't know how he was banging on his door. So he must have seen him outside collapse. We need to see what happened there. What? This is to beg him to come back. Like, you should come back. Don't quit. How do you not want it to quit?
Compliments of the company.
Pineapple is wild. A reference to pineapple picking in the first episode. Now, pineapple is brought. What does pineapple signify here? It's sweet, but it's also prickly and hard. The outside is not as good as the inside.
So, Mr. Scout, I know you're still weighing whether to return to Lumon. How happy are you with your current financial compensation?
No, not happy.
Because our endearment to you is such that a 20% bump is on the table.
Boy, bye. Look at that.
20%.
20% is a lot.
My third question concerns your late wife, Gemma.
I knew it. I knew it. I was gonna say wife.
What about her?
What about her?
You cited her death as a primary motivator for severing.
So he's gonna incentivize him to continue.
You said since she died, every day feels like a year. You felt like you were choking on her ghost.
Why you remind? This is so bad.
Do you still feel that way, Mr. Scout?
How dare you? Like,
the Mark I've come to know at Lumon is happy.
Oh my God, this is manipulation at its finest.
And he's funny.
It's not good. It's not good to do
knows
that.
Nothing of the pain I see in you right now.
That's a widower right there. You're reminding him as to why he should continue to do what he's doing.
He's found love.
Love?
The solace you have given him down there will make its way to you. It just takes time.
Get out of town. Get out of town, Milchick. I'm seething at this ploy. And he made it seem as if he begged to come back, whereas they manipulated him using his dead wife's the loss and the pain to put him back where he was. I mean, he's like, can you let this man live? Especially like your company to do that to you. Say, hey, remember your wife died and you were so sad, and I'm guessing you're still sad, so you should probably come back to work. What? Like, there should be like a lawsuit. That should warrant a lawsuit or some sort of punitive measure. Of course. And she knows. She's like, that's my work husband.
So who are you bringing in to MDR?
I've got a floater from overseas and a pair who were laid off from 5X.
5X?
5X.
Mark W. and Gwendolyn.
I had 48 hours to pull this together. Hopefully there will be some chemistry.
Juicy. Juicy. Juicy.
We need Mark S. back to work.
Go on ahead.
A floater from
Long enough
overseas.
to complete Gold Harbor.
Gold Harbor. That's the work they're doing. But they need them specifically to do that work. God, that thing is so chilling to watch. Are we going back in for sure? Or is it okay?
Good night,
Just
Judge.
going out. This is literally the inverse of what we had in episode 1. It's so cool.
Hello, is anyone there? Is the board on? Mark S. from Macrodata Refinement. They deserve a chance. Mark! You can't just make them disappear!
Deserve. They don't care about deserve. They care about how they can use it to their advantage.
The board's going to give him what he wants, including Heliar.
Heliar. Yeah. She's like, yeah, sure. Heliar is back. Not the pineapple again. I'm so...
Mr. Milchick?
They came groveling back. Just, again, so that they can finish the work, I guess. They want him to be able to finish the work. I guess that is the priority for them. They need Mark to get to work. But I guess Mark is the main important one here. Why? Is it because of his grief?
3 days of work. I broke a fucking lease in Grand Rapids. Give me another reason to sue. Fuck you, Lumon!
Tell them. Tell them, Mark W. So they just brought them in, used them, and then sent them out. It was always at 9:03. And then 5:20 when he leaves. This is when they came back to work. Right after he got in. Dylan. So wild. Like the actual Dylan. The Audi Dylan is like, has had all this whole thing. Gone to apply for new jobs. But any Dylan has not been awake since he was tackled to the ground. Isn't that wild? Same thing with Irv. Irv was banging on the door and then he wakes up again. Yo, tell me that my predictions about Helena are true. Tell me my predictions are true because I know it's... I know it! Deep in my heart, I know it to be true. Help me be right, please. Give it to me, give it to me. She went in as herself. Give it to me. Okay, she changes. Again, the elevator is where you change, but did she change? I'm shaking. Because why would Helly lie? Why would Helly lie? She wakes up and then she immediately lies. They don't show us though. Oh my God, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I know nothing, Jon Snow. Okay. Selvig, she's home. To make this man keep living beside this woman, after all she's done, he's gonna confront her like, come here.
Hello, Mark. Just back from work.
What work?
Where do you think you're going? Who are you?
A liar, a cheater.
I thought you were quitting.
I told you what I'd gone through these past 2 years. You
took someone's baby. Like, you're a mess.
I ate your shitty fucking cookies.
Ooh. Drag her.
They convinced you to stay. Was a pineapple involved?
Oh!
You're so easy to sway.
Well, she's gonna help him now?
You're leaving. You fucking kid.
Get her! Mark.
Why did you do this?
She will run you over. This is...
Is this all about?
We need answers, Kobo. So let's start. Does she hate the company enough to help him?
You know something about Gemma?
Ooh, juicy. I mean, that alone tells me everything I need to know. Clearly, she knows. Get her! She will never stop lying. I told you, this woman will run you over. She's a liar. She's a liar, a cheater, deceiver. This episode, so good. I told you this is exactly what I was waiting for. I was waiting for the Audi episode because I know that everything, the blowback, what's that word? Not the blowback, the fallout. The fallout from what happened with the overtime contingency was all going on in the outside. The innies know nothing, Jon Snow, of course not. Everything is happening now. Miss Kobo coming in again. It's all just falling into place. And I love that we were given an opportunity to see the montage of literally the steps as how it went down. But I'm really happy that they gave us a lot of information to put the pieces into place as to what happened on the outside there. I think there's still some things that they're keeping from us, of course, but we'll see. This was so good. This was so good to see things from Helena's perspective there. Of course, it was so messy what she did, and she had to do the apology tour, make the video, and obviously the gears are kicking. The gears are moving in. They kicked into high gear. And how do we mitigate this? How do we, resolve this? And clearly, the whole thing was a lie. Milchek telling Mark, "Oh yeah, they left, whatever," and your guy didn't beg to come back. He begged to come. He really wanted to come back. No, that was what you fed him. That was what you did. You were, as Miss Kobo said, you were so easy to convince with pineapple and this one and that one. But really, it's about his wife and the loss and the pain. That's why he joined in the first place. But yeah, Milchek lied to him flat out about what really happened. Of course, they just keep on lying to the Indians. The Indies have nothing. Milchek literally going to their homes. We knew that Milchek was, the agent on the outside last season when he went to Dylan's home, and now we see him in full force here. Really, like he's the operative that goes around and he's the company man, in full force, towing the company line, doing all the things, saying all that needed to be said to get these people. First of all, you fire them, and then you come back with pineapple and say, "Hey, how's it going?" I wouldn't work for that company. I wouldn't work for you. Clearly, something changed. Clearly, something is going on because there's no reason why you would come here except it was a big advantage for you. Because if you knew my value and you really wanted me, you wouldn't let me go right after that. So now coming back here means what changed? I want to know what that is. And also, it's so interesting to see Dylan on the outside here and, him applying for a new job and to see, this is, I think, one of the first times we're really seeing on the outside a very negative connotation or reaction to being a severed person going out into the world looking for another job. We had something like that in season 1, actually, when they had a discussion around the table. I think it was Devin and Rickon's party or something, and they were talking about being severed and if they would do it or not and stuff. But now we see it, apart from the headlines in the papers, this is like a job application where you're literally refused. It's like you're discriminated against because you did this thing that people don't agree with. And you can see it was like a full-on disgust, like, oh God, I would never hire you here. So it says a lot. And then of course Dylan goes right back in there because he has to take care of his family. He has a kid, and so he needs to do what he needs to do. But I think we got a little tidbit there when they said something about they make their own doors in-house. The doors guy said they make their doors in-house, aka they produce all their own stuff, or there's something more in there. I mean, Lumon is very secret about what it does and what they are doing. And they said something else. They said we need Mark to finish the something. I forget what Helena said, but there was something they said that Mark needs to do. Again, I'm still coming back to the fact that I feel like Mark is even more important here than the rest of them, right? In terms of doing this work. For some reason, he is valued more. Because again, they asked him to come back. I thought it was just about the lawsuit, the legality, the blowback, but this is a company. They care about the bottom line. So they really needed him specifically to finish the work. And I feel like the other people around are just sort of stooges or whatever, because they quickly fired them as soon as they replaced the other people. They don't need them. Um, and so yeah, why is Mark important? Does it have something to do with Miss Casey, his wife? Does it have something to do with that? There's something to do with that. My theory is it's some sort of chemical cloning, manufacturing, something of that nature. And Mark's connection to his dead wife, who they have somehow resurrected, is very important to that study or that whatever product they're creating, chemical or So I think he needs to be the one choosing those scary letters or whatever numbers. He needs to be the one. They really need his input there even more than anybody else, possibly. So I don't know. But yeah, it's some sort of emotional reaction to something that you see or you feel, which is seems to me chemical, the blood, I don't know. I'm just talking about I'm just saying I don't know what I'm saying. But I think that's somehow where it is. So I think clearly they value Mark a lot. And clearly, of course, Miss Coble knows everything. The company's keeping her on a leash. They want to give her something because they know she's groveling at their feet. So they want to give her something to keep her at bay. I love the conversation there with Helen and her. You can just sense the fakeness, the lying. She's like, "Oh yeah, we really apologize. They all apologize to you." I was like, "Oh God!" Like yeah, I really want to know what's going on in Helena's head at that moment because she's like, you know but they have to play the part because of course she has all their secrets and she's clearly a very dangerous enemy to have because she's very unpredictable and she can do it. She can just pop off anywhere. And so they're giving her a position to keep her at bay. She knows what's going on. And yeah, we'll see if Kobo, I think his storyline here is Kobo finds a way to, or gets to the point where she says I'm not doing it with this company anymore. She loses her faith in Egan. Is it possible? And she maybe helps Mark, becomes an informant for Mark somehow. I can see her turning. I can see it happening. I don't think Milchick is going to be the one. Good luck. Milchick is more concerned with his name being on the screen and not Miss Koble's anymore. So he's fully in the company. He's doing his thing. So Koble, I think, is going to be maybe the weak link here for Lumon. And I think again, as we had PD on the inside or on the outside, someone who's uncovering, and that doctor Vergabi, I think Koble is going to play a part here with Mark Audi finding out more about the company and maybe doing his own thing on the outside. I told you, I love that Devin. I told you Devin is very quick. Devin is very inquisitive. She's going to, put things together. I think she's going to be a real big force here with Mark pushing him to say, hey, we need to know more. Like something is happening. And clearly there's something more going on here. So I think those two together, Mark and Devin, are going to hopefully get some answers here. We didn't get, I don't think we got anything on the inside this episode. This is like the inverse of last episode with the Audis. So we're going to have to go back and see now how they're going to navigate being on the inside. I think there's lies, there's deceptions, there's secrets, there's the visitation thing for Dylan. We are now in the end game. We are now in play as to what's going to be happening this season. Clearly, the work, the macro data refinement work is going to be, I think they're going to tell us a little bit more about what that is this season, and I cannot wait because that is the crux of what's going on. And I think that is what Miss Casey is connected to. I think that what Miss Wong is connected to, and I think that is going to be the real catalyst here for what's going to happen. So, so excited. It does not begin to cover it. Severance is doing what it does. It's keeping us hooked. It's keeping us guessing, questioning. The lies, deceptions, the secrecy. It really gets you. It gets me, and I'm having so much fun watching this. I think they just do such a stellar job here. This is really good work. So looking forward to more. Yeah. Also, let's call it out. That behavior of them coming to Mark and telling him, "Oh yeah, your wife, your wife died, so and that's why you joined the company." Just imagine like you got a job and you told them, "Oh yeah, I have grief about something, whatever." Like that's and then they come back and tell you, "Yeah, you want to quit. Oh yeah, but remember you had a lot of grief when you started, so that you said this work would help you get over that grief, so you might as continue this work." What? If that doesn't tell you about the company you're working for, I don't know what it's going to tell you, because that is just underhand, that's below the belt type behavior. That's just like so manipulative. Which some would say that's what companies can do in different ways, but that's like very direct to do it that way. And good luck, Mark. Well, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.